Hello and welcome to another video discussion on the 360rumors.com. Uh, and it's a very exciting topic that I'm kind of surprised not too many people have talked about, but this is an actual patent infringement that GoPro sort of alleged that Insta360 had done. And a few days back, everything sort of came out, and there's been this sort of discussion on who won it, how they won it, and what did they win about. And so I thought, let's get our resident expert, the man who knows everything, Mick, in and ask him what's going on. He is the person that can give you the whole picture. So without further ado, let me bring in Mick. Hey, Mick,
Hey
what's up?
Vinay, how's it going? What's up, Hyper? Like a virtual high five.
Virtual Hi-Fi. All good, man. All good.
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah.
taking your time because this is a very important topic. And when I read about it, I spent, and I don't really spend much time doing research on like really like technical stuff, especially like legal
Uh-huh.
stuff because I don't really understand it. But this was so interesting that I ended up like reading the whole thing. I understood a little bit of it, but
Uh-huh.
and then you pinged me. You said, "Hey, did you read about this?" And we sort of talked about it. Thought, let's make a video. And
Uh-huh.
so, with that backstory, let me ask you a few things. One is,
Yeah.
uh, can you describe what exactly this entire lawsuit was about?
Sure, sure. So, GoPro has patents for certain kinds of technologies and designs, and so they alleged that Insta360 violated their patents, and there were a lot of patents that they claimed were violated. The
Yes, around
technology
six.
like hyper smooth video stabilization, the
Yeah.
fact that you can change the aspect ratio from 16 by 9 to 9 by 16 or square, something like that, or horizon leveling. And if you are an Insta360 shooter, you know that these are like super important and useful technologies.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if GoPro won that litigation and made won their claims, it would have been devastating for Insta360. So
Yes.
this was a super bet the company kind of
Yes.
litigation for both GoPro and Insta360.
Mm. Did you hear about this before, or does like this kind of stuff just happens behind the closed doors till something comes out? Like, how does that work?
I had heard about it, and I think there are like cases that happen without people really knowing about them. The reason this one I think became big is because like GoPro has been known for action cams for a long while, and then starting a few years ago, this up and coming company that previously no one had heard of started gaining more market share and eventually leapfrogged GoPro, at
Yes.
least in some ways. And so, like, this was for GoPro, this was an existential threat to them. And if you were GoPro, I mean, it's kind of logical to think like, hey, we've been at this game way longer than them. We started this whole thing, and then here comes this company that's doing something like what we're doing, and they've actually overtaken us. The only way that could have been possible is because they stole our technology.
Mm.
That's what
That's
you
it.
might be
That's
thinking if you were on GoPro's side.
right, right, right. And so what's the difference between a technology patent or a design patent? Because I think
Mm.
one of them was a design patent, and then the rest were more kind of like core technology patents.
Yeah, yeah, good point. So there were six. My understanding is there were six claims of infringements. Okay, and five of them were for utility patents, and one of them was for design patent. Utility patent is something like a technology that you invent. So, for example, oh, I want to solve a problem of people being able to shoot or see themselves when they shoot an action cam video. So the way I solve that is by having a flip up screen. So that would
Mm.
be an example for utility patent. A design patent is not about function. It's just about like how nice the design looks. So for example, the Coca-Cola bottle,
Mm.
like it's the iconic shape, and
Yeah.
you when you see the Coke bottle shape, then you recognize it, and it's so cool like that. Or I don't know if Coke has a design patent, but I'm just giving you an example. Or like I think the Ames chair, it has this distinct look. So that would be, I think that would be an example for design patent. I don't know if they have one, but those are examples of design patents. So besides the alleged violations of hypersmooth, aspect ratio, horizon leveling, blah blah blah, all that stuff. GoPro saying they copied our design, that rectangular design with that
Yeah.
square-looking lens thing on one side, this small screen on one side, the GoPro look.
Look. Yeah.
GoPro said, Insta360 copied that design.
Mm. Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
can you go a little bit about what happened? Like, what was the sort of
mhm.
result of all of this? Just like,
Sure. So like, I should have said this at the beginning, but I'm not an IP lawyer or anything. So I don't want to provide advice, legal advice. Or this is just based on me reading stuff,
right?
reading the news. And I haven't read the claims either. But my understanding is that the five utility patents, like the horizon leveling, stabilization, all that stuff, all five were found to be either Insta360 didn't infringe it because
Yes.
Insta360 did it their own way in a different way, or
Yeah.
if they infringed it, they did, but the original patent was invalid because it shouldn't have been issued in the first place.
In the first place. Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
so those five utility patents that were claims of violation, GoPro didn't win on those.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a final thing or if that's appealable. I don't know.
Okay.
Now,
So I'm just
the
reading the stuff over here. So
Mhm,
in case I look there, I'm just trying to find if there's anything like specific that they talk about what exactly happened because GoPro and Insta360 have different stories they're telling,
right.
and so I was just trying to see um, what's going on. Yeah.
Right. So those are the design patents. Now, I'm sorry, five utility patents that they claim to were infringed. As far as I know, GoPro lost those. They
Yeah.
did win on the design patent
Hmm.
claim. In other words, the judge thought that or felt that
The design was
Insta360's design copied GoPro's design. And I'm assuming, I looked at which design patent are they talking about?
right.
It's the design for the GoPro Hero. So I'm assuming that the product that they're talking about is the
Ace.
Insta360 Ace Pro 1.
Yeah.
Now, incidentally, there was also some mention that Insta360 has since modified their design
Yep.
proactively so to
Yeah.
avoid design infringement. So I think they're talking about the Ace Pro 2 having like a more distinctive design, and they're saying like, oh, you know what, that one is different enough. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
Okay.
my understanding. Okay, so
Yeah.
but going back to the Ace Pro 1, I think the judge found that it was infringing on GoPro Hero design.
Mm. Yeah. I think that's what it shows. It says like most of it is invalid, invalid, invalid. Like I think they have like 23 claims, and most of them have been like
Yeah, it's easy to get distracted with like, oh,
all the
claim this, claim that. Don't think about that. Just think about like the patents. There are five utility patents, one design patent. Those are
okay.
the like each patent. Well, they will say claim this, claim that, claim this, claim that. There might be
Mm-mm-mm.
five claims, but it
Per
kind of
patent.
doesn't matter. All we care about is was there an infringement of that patent, regardless of whether it's this part of that patent, that part of the patent. Who cares?
But do you think that this will slow down Insta360? Do you think that there is a case where they feel, I mean, I don't know how big, how important the Ace Pro is for them in terms of
Hmm.
revenue.
Yeah,
But they could always just come up with a new looking product. I
yeah.
mean, they
I
are just
I
so innovative.
yeah. I think that's a really good question. And to be honest, I don't know. I'm not privy to.
Mm,
Um, I'm not privy to Insta360's sales, so I don't know. And I think my guess is that Insta360 Ace Pro isn't a huge seller for them. Like, and the reason I guess that is because if you go on Amazon, like if you
mm,
search for, let's say, Insta360 X4 or something, you will find that it will say something like this is the number one seller, or this is the rank this. It's like it will
mm,
give you a ranking because it's selling so well. Insta360 Ace Pro 1, I don't think it ever, became like prominent enough for Amazon to rank it. So that's my guess. That's why I'm guessing it didn't sell that much, at least on Amazon.
mm,
Um, Ace Pro 2, I don't know if the story has changed, but like the fact that the judge found that there was a violation of this design patent has serious implications for Insta360, but not. I don't think it's like a company ending
It's
kind of
not a,
thing.
yeah, that's what I
It
thought.
it, it
Yeah, that's
won't.
what,
It's not gonna kill Insta360.
because they could just
So
like, would they have to like pay something, or would they just have to change the design? Like, what usually does
so
a
so
company
there
have
there
to
are
do?
several. When you violate a design patent, my understanding is that there are several possible remedies.
Mm,
One is the judge could try to figure out like, hey, what's a reasonable amount of royalty. In other words, if you go back in time and Insta360, instead of just like going out and with their design, they said, hey GoPro, we like your hero design, we want to do something similar. how much would we have to pay you
Royalty.
each year for us to be able to get to create a similar design?
Mm.
So that's reasonable royalties is one possibility. Another possibility, uh, this is harder to prove, I think, lost profits. Like GoPro could say, hey, because Insta360 made this design, we could our sales of GoPro Hero cameras went down by 20%. Let's just say, and then that 20% we would have earned so many $1 million out of it. Therefore,
Mm.
we are entitled to that lost profits. So that's another possibility.
Okay.
Another possibility is disgorgement of Insta360 profits, meaning whatever profits Insta360 made from their Insta360 Ace Pro infringing design, whatever profits he got from that, give it to us.
Oh,
I
whole
don't
thing,
mean
or like
revenue. I don't mean revenue. Profits, like
profits.
net of costs and everything. Like give
Mm.
it to Insta3 to GoPro. So that's another possibility. And then I think the another possibility is an injunction, meaning a court order to Insta360, hey, stop selling this Insta360 Ace Pro.
Yes, pro.
Now, given that right now it's GoPro is under financial pressure,
Yeah, a
like
lot.
its stock is shit right now. And then meanwhile, Insta360 just had their IPO and they're flush with money from that.
Mm.
My guess is there will be some kind of deal worked out where Insta360 will pay GoPro,
Some kind of money. Yeah.
unless the Insta360 wants to be super aggressive. If they want to be super aggressive, if I were them, I would litigate this. I would appeal it or something like that too, so that GoPro runs out of litigation money.
Mm.
It's possible.
So here's one thing. This is my
Mm,
conspiracy theory.
mm.
What if Insta360 buys GoPro?
Yeah, that's also possible.
Because it's a public
So
company. They could just
correct.
go in and say, hey, your share
Yeah,
price is this much. I'm going to place an offer. Which
yeah.
GoPro shareholder is going to say no? They're going to be like, you know what? Give me,
You're absolutely right.
yeah,
That's the I think the kind of like the ceiling for this. Like in other words,
mm,
the damages will not exceed like the cost of acquiring GoPro because if it did, then Insta360 would say, hey, you know what, it's cheaper for us to just buy GoPro.
this way.
But given that this is not like threatening Insta360 X series cameras, that
Yeah.
is Insta360 Lite. It's just Ace Pro. I don't think the value will go anywhere close to the cost of acquiring GoPro or
Mm,
acquiring a controlling stake in GoPro. It is theoretically possible. I mean, if it is, I think it's more likely that they will strike a deal
okay.
because
That's how it works.
that's a lower hanging fruit than
Mm.
negotiating some kind of acquisition.
If you
Although
were,
that it is
yeah,
possible.
if you were Insta360 and you
Mm,
could acquire like majority stake in like
mhm,
GoPro, would you
mhm,
do it and like sell like a GoPro branded product and an Insta360 branded product, but like just basically let
mhm.
Insta360 get rid of its like action camera and just
Mhm.
focus on GoPro's action camera, just because like,
Yeah,
hey, you know what? You all have
that's yeah. I totally would agree. If I were Insta360 and the cost is low enough.
mm,
I would acquire GoPro, continue selling GoPro, but using Insta360's
like,
innovation and
yes,
everything.
yes,
And that instead of Ace Pro, which isn't as successful as GoPro Hero,
absolutely, yeah,
that would be keep that brand and then make money from it.
mm,
And then it would solve all these problems of like Insta360 haters. Like there are people who hate
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Insta360
yeah,
and
yeah,
they're saying like, hey, Insta360, they're buying all these influencers and blah blah blah. If you had some kind of if they were controlling GoPro, well then they would just control it GoPro, and
I was
GoPro has good reason. I mean reasonably good uh what do you call this goodwill with the market. Like a lot
yes,
of
very good,
people
Will,
are
very good, Will,
happy with at least their old GoPros.
yeah,
Now the new ones they're saying, oh, it's more like if GoPro's reputation has declined, it's more of a like, oh, they're not innovative enough or they overheat or something. It's not so much a dishonesty thing, it's more of
mm.
a technical thing.
Also, I
Meanwhile,
think
Insta360 is the opposite.
their software is
Mhm.
really, really bad. They made a really bad choice with like forcing people to use their software. I think that was like a huge reason why a lot of GoPro users just kind of like felt stuck in a way.
I don't know if that's a right choice or wrong choice. I mean, I know that they made money from it,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's true.
And
That's
me
true.
personally, I I keep my subscription because I think for like s- $60 a year or something like that, or $50 a year,
You got a lot of
all
storage.
all my cameras, all my GoPros are have some kind of insurance. So I think it's okay for me.
It's
But
okay.
for some people, I can see why it's irritating.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
no company closing issues at this point of time. Seems like it, but
If I think the only company closing issue might be GoPro, to be honest. But but they're putting out this thing about GoPro Max 2. I don't know if they're serious
I
or
don't know. I
not.
don't
We'll
know.
see.
I
Yeah.
I feel like DJI. I mean, when was the? I think the DJI launches in a few days, right?
It's supposed to be July 27th. That's what
The 27th. Yeah, like in
the
10 days.
rumors are, but I don't know.
We
I,
haven't gotten anything. 360 Rumors, as both of us have not seen the product. We have no idea what it's going to be like. Would you go and buy it on the first day? Would that be your thing?
if I could afford it. I mean, if it was like too expensive, then I wouldn't. But
Isn't
if I
like I
could
mean,
afford it,
yeah, but
I would do it.
DJI, I mean, DJI is always aggressive on pricing, very aggressive on pricing. And
Not always. Like, Osmo Pocket 3, for example. Like, if you'd asked me today, hey, would you buy one for like $800? Because that's how much it costs now. I was just for a review. I was like, I wouldn't do that. You know,
really, Osmo Pocket 3 is $800?
it's either 800 or close to 800, like 749 or something like that. It's really crazy.
That is
I bought mine several months ago for like, under $500 with, extra accessories like extended handle, battery
right, right,
handle,
right,
things
right.
like blah blah blah, all that stuff. So right now though it's like $800. So I don't know about pricing. I mean, like it's possible the Osmo 360 might be priced low in order to, aggressively compete with Insta360, but it might be, like a premium price product too. It's possible. I don't know.
All right, dude.
All right.
I'll let you. I don't want to miss you to miss your meeting, but okay. Take care, dude.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
I'll edit this and put
Thanks,
it
bro.
out.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. All right. See you on 360.
Nice.